9 minutes 41, go. Hello, Nicholas.
Yo.
This is the first edition of Mixtapes, a podcast series where we interview people of mixed races and ethnicities. So, can you please state your race/ethnicity and your birthday?
Okay. I'm half Hawaiian and half white, and my birthday is September 7th, 1997.
Yeah, so you're not too old.
Yeah, I'm 19.
Okay. I don't know, I thought that was a good statistic to have. How did your parents meet?
My parents met in college, in some American college. I don't remember where. I haven't really asked too much, but like, my mom grew up in Hawaii. You know, like in an all-girl Hawaiian high school, Hawaiian Catholic all-girl high school.
Whoa, yeah.
So the chance of her meeting a white boy in America were
Oh
very, very small.
Yeah. Wow.
But no, that was basically her first chance at meeting a dude like that in school. So as soon as she could, she did. You know what I mean?
Boy. Okay.
Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Did you finalize your answer?
Yeah, that is my final answer.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who their parents meet through college, and yeah, it's no common time. Okay. What kind of community did you grow up in? I.e., were you surrounded by people who were similar to you, or were you like the odd one out?
I mean, like, I grew up in a suburb, but it's not like a super nice suburb.
Okay.
And no, like, when I've grown up, like, I went to a middle school that was 3/4 Hispanic, and our high school was about the same.
Yeah, I think it's half.
Yeah, it was about half Hispanic. Not as extreme, but you know, I'm half white, and in my middle school it was like 70% white, and it was, you know, less than 1% Pacific Islander, which encompasses more than just Hawaii. So no, you know, I haven't really been around people like me too much.
Yeah.
My community has been largely Hispanic.
Uh-huh.
I haven't really been around people, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, like, it's okay. This is going off of paper, but
Okay.
yeah, it's like mostly I see statistics and it's like 0.5% Pacific Islander. I'm like, wow, that's a rare.
Yeah, it's really rare.
Instance.
And then like, I'm not very hardcore. I'm half Hawaiian, but like, I'm not very hardcore half Hawaiian. Yeah, like, every time I meet another Hawaiian, which is super rare, you're like, oh cool, you're another Hawaiian. And then they've got like the Hawaiian names and they're like super into it, and then I just like, I look like a normal white dude, you know. I'm a computer science major who likes to play video games. I'm not gonna be very tan, so not Hawaiian enough.
Oh yeah. Especially the next question. When did you first start noticing, okay, I'm this specific?
I mean, like, it was never that big of a deal. You know, like, Hawaiians aren't really a discriminated minority, and neither are whites, of course.
Yeah.
So I mean, it never really became like a big deal. You know, like, you'll hear about like a black celebrity having like a bad issue with the police when they're like 8 or something like that. I obviously never had something like that. I mean, I could tell what I was from like a young age, but it was never like, there was never anything that like made it obvious. You know what I mean?
Sure. Have you ever felt instances of discrimination because of your race or ethnicity, and how have you handled these situations?
I mean, the only things that I could ever say were kind of in that way, because like I said, these are not really targeted
Towards you.
Yeah, like Hawaiian and white are not typically targeted. In America, they're not really too discriminated against.
Sure.
I mean, like, the only times I ever even had like any issues with race, about my race in particular, were kind of like in middle and high school. Like, I was a basketball player, you know. And basketball players, or not basketball players, basketball teams are typically black dominated. You know? And so it would be like me, another white dude, and then like 12 black dudes. And I mean, that did raise some problems over the course of middle and high school, like
people wouldn't think you're good enough because.
Yeah, that was part of it too, and just a lot of them would always try to like pick fights for no reason and all that. Like, I don't know, people just really couldn't get along with me for dumb stuff like that. Like, I don't know, like there were incidences where like they would try to like corner me in the locker room and stuff. I once had like 5 people come in while I was changing and try to corner me in the locker room one time. That was some scary stuff. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it middle school or high school?
Oh, that was I was 7th grade, so middle school.
So it wasn't when you were now 6 foot something, intimidating guy, you know?
I mean, okay, like no, I've actually been this height since about
but they
that.
still crowded you.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you're 6'3" if you're in a corner with like at least 5 people there. But like the coach could see what was going on even before that incident, so he was kind of keeping like an eye out. And so the coach like looked over a little bit into it. You know, before they did anything, like they just had me cornered, but before they did anything, he got them to leave. So yeah, I had a couple of issues being on the basketball team, stemming from my half whiteness. Caused a lot of animosity, but that was really it.
That's the limit.
Like that's all I can think of off the top of my head right now for like the course of my life.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. Well, how does your identity help shape you?
I mean, let's see. I don't really know what type of white I have am. You know, because there are a million different types of white, just like there are so many different types of Asian. Like, so I can't really, like, I don't really draw from any white culture. When it comes to Hawaiian culture, it's always like, you know, we specifically we go to a lot of Asian places because that's where my mom grew up eating. There's heavy Japanese influence in Hawaii. So we often eat in Asian places, not just Japanese, but Asian in general. And like that's what we spend a lot of time doing. Actually, like I don't know how to put it. It's just like heavily shaped, like our family structure kind of. Yeah, we spend a lot of time going over to Hawaii. There's like that heavy appreciation of nature within Hawaiian culture because it's kind of a pristine homeland, kind of like the Native Americans, you know, like you had this whole pristine homeland that the white man.
Like preserving.
And then like you had like a beautiful land that like the white man came and took. So there's kind of that parallel there.
I was gonna say Dole's pineapples, like. You know.
Oh, I've been to the plantations, and it's like pineapples in every direction as far as you can see, and they're like a foot apart. Like it's crazy. But yeah, I feel like a lot of that love of nature has been passed down
to you.
Just like, well, not just to me in particular, but to this generation of Hawaiians, and there even is still a lot of dislike for the white man to this day coming into their lands. They don't particularly, well, not they as a general people, but a lot of them don't particularly like it. But yeah, I'd say just it's opened me up to a lot of really good food and an appreciation for nature.
So you have a better palate, I guess you could say, for
I'd
taste.
put it that way. Like if we see it, man, the McDonald's there will have like rice, spam, and Portuguese sausage.
Spam, jeez.
Spam? Okay, spam is like the foundation of casual Hawaiian eating. It's amazing.
No comment. Until I try it, I guess. Okay. Is there anything you would like to say or address now about your race or ethnicity?
I mean,
clarifications, you know.
I just want to tell people, like, go out and experience it. It's a beautiful culture. It's got a lot more depth to it than people realize. Well, I mean, obviously Hawaiian is the more less represented in America. So I definitely say if you're interested to just experience Hawaiian culture, you know, like to look at it, you know, try the food, really go to the places if you can. It's a beautiful land, tasty food, beautiful people, beautiful women, beautiful men too. But yeah, like it's an amazing place with amazing people and amazing food and like just an amazing culture. You know, it's a storytelling culture. It's kind of, I don't know, like it's experienced a lot. You know, like just really try it because most people have not really seen what Hawaiian culture has to offer. You know, like people have sort of a small idea of what it really is without experiencing it. Like there are people that really care about their land. There's not much of it, and there are a lot of people, so you gotta care about what's there. And there's some of the most beautiful landscapes in the world, some of the most tasty food, and some of the most beautiful women. So
Don't go off one idea of something. Actually experience.
Yeah. I mean, like it's kind of like what I said about the hula dance earlier.
Yeah.
It's a lot deeper than most people's ideas of it, and it just happens to be a really nice culture. Like something that I think most people would really enjoy being exposed to. So that's what I would say: is expose yourself to Hawaiian culture. Try the food. Like the food is amazing, and a lot of it is really easy to make. Like spam musubi has 3 ingredients. It is spam, rice, seaweed. It is not hard to make, and that is all super cheap. Like, at least try spam musubi. Look it up and try it. It's amazing, and that's like a little taste of Hawaii right there.
If you have $10, you can experience Hawaii.
Less than $10.
$5.
Maybe.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'd have to say.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Nicholas, for being part of this project.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
It was fun.
It was fun. Good job.
Right.
You answered them all in one take. Wow! I can't believe it.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah?
That seems unrealistic.
Okay, bye. Is there...
Make America great again.
Please do.